Hello everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 12. That's right, it's our final and last vlog of Vlogmas 2023. Come on out here to the kitchen here and I'll show you what's going on. I gotta be kind of quiet because David's sleeping, but are you guys able to see that clock back there? It's currently 2 o'clock in the morning. I just finished uploading the Candy Cane Lane vlog and I'm importing the footage from the vlog that we just finished yesterday, so a few hours ago. I was doing some calculations late last night, early this morning, that I overbooked myself so thoroughly today on Christmas Eve that I will either be losing a night of sleep tonight or losing a night of sleep tomorrow. So I've elected to lose a night of sleep tonight. I need to get the vlog that we just finished from yesterday done, uploaded, and scheduled. My mom is having a little get together at her house today leading up to the big event for the day, and the big news for the day is that my sister is flying in tonight from Florida. Between everything I need to get done and everything I want to get done, it's gonna be a long day. I'm currently catching up on some Vlogmas videos too, but while I'm waiting for my footage to import, I picked up this little guy to do during Vlogmas and I never had the chance to do him. I really want to get into doing Legos, but I've never done Legos before, so I figured this little snowman guy would be a good chance for me to get into it. It says it's 78 pieces. How long should that take me? Like half an hour? Is that too optimistic? Let's put this little guy together while I wait for my video to import, and then I can get editing my video once he's all done.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mist.
Here he is. This literally took me like 20 minutes to do. It was super easy. And look, his head turns and everything. And he holds a little broom here. Got a little hat and a little scarf on. I think he's cute. I had a couple leftover pieces, so does that mean I missed a few steps, or do they just send you with some extras in case you lose them? Whoop! I really want to go take a nap or something. I know if I go lay down, I won't wake up until I absolutely have to wake up in the morning, and then that will already put a delay on me getting yesterday's video edited. I think I just need to go over there, sit my butt on the couch again and edit. And that way I'll at least have a good start on the vlog, and if anything, I'll just have to come home tomorrow night and finish it, upload it quickly, and then I can probably edit until late tomorrow night and get today's vlog uploaded. Time to stop procrastinating. I'm gonna go edit. Update you guys, it's now 3:30 in the morning. I cannot do it. I can't look at one more clip. I'm about 8 minutes into editing this video. I think this one's gonna be a pretty lengthy one. I'll be surprised if I cut this one in under 20 minutes. I'm so tired, I'm about to fall asleep, and watching TV isn't helping me stay up anymore either, so I am gonna go try to only get a couple hours of sleep so I can get up and edit a little bit more before I have to go do my tasks for tomorrow. But if anything, it'll probably just be a very late night again for me tomorrow. But like I said, I need some sort of sleep tonight. So I'm gonna go try to get a little bit of sleep. I will see you guys when I wake up. Good morning, you guys. Sorry if you hear the defrost in the background. It's a little frosty this morning, as you can tell. We are headed off to church now. I did get a couple hours of sleep last night. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep last night. Woke up this morning, worked on the vlog a little bit. It's actually almost done. I'm just sorting through all of the gingerbread house footage currently, but unfortunately all of that footage is like an hour and a half long, so I have to sort through it and significantly cut it down. But the good news is that vlog's almost done. I have to come back after church anyway and get started on those dinner rolls. I was able to use my sourdough starter, so I made that like sweet stiff starter that the recipe called for last night. And then I have to actually put the dough together, knead it, do all the stuff, let it rest today, and then I'll shape the rolls and put them in the fridge to rest overnight again, and then I'll just bake them up first thing in the morning. It shouldn't be a problem with that. At some point tonight when we get home, I'm gonna have to bake that gingerbread cake too. So it's still gonna be a long day for me, despite the fact that I got some sleep last night. But I figure I'll get a little bit of sleep last night, and I'll get at least a little bit of sleep tonight as well. I am feeling like I need a little pick-me-up today, so instead of stopping for coffee or making coffee at home, because I'm trying to save my coffee for tomorrow because I didn't pick up any extra double shots, I have a leftover witch's brew from earlier in the fall, so that's what we're doing for caffeine this morning. We're headed to church. Probably won't vlog anything there, but I'll catch up with you guys when we're done. We're back home from church. David is watching the Lions play the Vikings currently, and I am going to get started on the dinner rolls for tomorrow. So I took this stand mixer out, and I'm gonna use my little dough hook. Put that guy on.
I got some that.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
Are you okay? I made this sweet stiff starter last night, late last night, like at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been sitting in my Goldie warmer for about 10 hours now, and it said to let it mature overnight, so I'm assuming that's mature. There's bubbles in it, that's a good sign, right? This recipe that I got it from makeitdough.com. And it's kind of confusing because it talks about whisking the eggs, milk, sugar together, but then all of a sudden it starts talking about adding your sift starter to flour and salt. I think I'm just going to mix the sugar, egg, and milk together in their own bowl, put the flour and salt in here, and then just start from there. Okay, so I need 2 eggs. And then the recipe calls for 113 grams of whole milk. I just have 2% milk, so that's what I'm using. So 113 grams of this. And then 36 grams of sugar. And then I'm just going to whisk all this together until the eggs are all broken up. Now to this bowl, my mixing bowl, I'm going to add my flour and salt. I'm going to add 270 grams of all-purpose flour. And then 6 grams of salt. We'll put our bowl on the stand mixer. Oh, okay, so I didn't read the step all the way. Now it says stir the ingredients together until the mixture looks like a cohesive dough. So I'm just going to turn my stand mixer on a low speed here and then add the wet ingredients. That's what it's doing in the bottom of the bowl. Should I scrape down the sides? I think I'm gonna scrape down the sides. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna scrape down the sides and try to get all this flour incorporated. Here's what the dough looks like. That looks pretty cohesive to me, so I'm gonna turn that off. And then the recipe calls to knead the butter in the dough 1 tablespoon at a time. and waiting till each portion is fully incorporated until putting the next tablespoon in. So I'm going to put this dough on low again and then just start adding in the butter. I might scrape down the bowl again. I'm trying to trust the process, but I also don't want to overwork the dough. Take this off the hook. I feel like it's climbing the hook a little too much. Okay, I'm going to add another tablespoon here. I forgot the starter. David says I should restart rather than just putting a starter in. We're back to the point where we have the liquid and then our flour and salt. So the recipe had me just tear up my whatever I had for starter in this jar. Just tear it up and then add it into the flour and salt mixture. And then it says to stir all the ingredients together until it looks like a cohesive dough. I'm going to lower the dough hook again. And here we go for round 2. Pouring the liquid ingredients in. Okay, that looks pretty cohesive again. So adding butter 1 tablespoon at a time. We're going to give her one more scrape down here. And one more mix. That's incorporated enough. It's quite a sticky dough as of right now. That's what my dough is looking like right now. The recipe wants me to cover this with plastic wrap and let it rest for 1 hour. And then I'm going to come back and knead it with the hook attachment again. It's been an hour. The dough has rested. That's what it's looking like there. Still looking a little shaggy. But the recipe says to knead the dough until it's smooth and elastic. So I'm going to try to do it with my stand mixer and the dough hook. Just let the dough hook do the kneading for me. So I'll go as long as needed here until this looks like more of a formed dough.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand.
I'm gonna call that good on my dough. It's looking nice and smooth, not as sticky anymore, and it's nice and stretchy. I bought this new bigger Pyrex, and I figured this would be a good little vessel to let dough rise in, and this guy seems to be the perfect size. I'm gonna put that in there, let it rise. The recipe says that it takes anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to do that. I'm gonna let that rise in my Pyrex. I'll cover it up with some plastic wrap or something. Let it sit on the counter, and then when I come back home, we will make this into 9 rolls. As you guys saw, I abandoned the electric mixer over there because it was scaring me because the dough was so sticky. So I just took it out, put it on a flour counter, and kneaded it for about 5 minutes by hand, and then it came to this dough. We've got dough resting, kitchen's all cleaned up for the most part. We are getting ready to head out to my mom's house here, my parents' house. We're gonna have a little bit of a game night, watch some football with them, just hang out, just essentially waiting for my sister to get into town. The plan is to let the dough rest while we're gone, then come back, shape the dough into rolls, and get that in the fridge to rest, make the gingerbread cake. I have gifts left that I still need to wrap, and in all that I need to still upload yesterday's vlog and stay up late tonight and edit this one so that it can go up, and I can schedule it to go up at some point tomorrow on Christmas Day. So we're gonna wait for the end of this game. Hopefully the Lions win. Do a number 1 for me. You idiot! airport to pick up Amanda. Her flight came in like 20 minutes early. Wait, it was more than 20 minutes. It came in like almost 45 minutes, an hour early.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. We actually saw the plane off in the distance. I'll try to get some footage of it landing if I can see it. You see the light in the distance?
Here we go.
That's them. There they are. Right there. Here they come. Do you see them? They're coming in for a landing. We've made it back from the airport. It's 9 o'clock at night right now. And I cannot express to you how badly I want to go to bed. But I need to power through and get some things done. I need to shape my dough back there into dinner rolls and then get that in the fridge and start it chilling. I need to start my gingerbread cake. Well, technically it's a gingerbread loaf. Bake that in the oven. I have a few gifts left to wrap and then edit. I have a Coke here that I got at my parents' house, so hopefully the caffeine from this will keep me going. I want to say it's unlikely. The longer I sit here talking to you guys, the longer it's going to take me to get all this stuff done. So let's get started on the rolls. But I do want to preheat the oven for my gingerbread loaf. So the recipe I'm using for the gingerbread loaf is from the blog This Jess Cooks. I'm using it because it's a sourdough discard gingerbread loaf, and I wanted to use my sourdough discard with it. Preheat oven to 350. I'm gonna grease this 8x8 dish for my dinner rolls, and then I'm gonna grease and line this one for my gingerbread loaf. So for both of them, I'm just gonna take a little bit of softened butter on a paper towel. Get that all spread inside. Even if you're putting parchment paper in your dishes, if you wipe it down with a little bit of something like butter or whatever, it'll help your parchment paper stick to the dish. So my dinner roll dough has been rising probably closer to 8 hours at this point. So I'm just going to very lightly dust the countertop. And I've got to get this guy shaped into 9 dinner rolls.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so.
There's my rolls, all of relatively the same size. I'm going to put these in the fridge to rest overnight. And in the morning, I'll take them out, let them sit on the countertop for an hour or two, and then bake them off. And then they'll be ready to go for tomorrow for dinner. This recipe starts off by having me combine 1.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That's such a weird measurement. 1.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons. This is why I wish recipes would just give you measurements in grams. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Next is 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1/2 teaspoon of ground clove, and then 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. The recipe says to give this a mix and set it aside. Next, in a bowl, I'm going to add my sourdough discard. So it calls for 3/4 cup. I'm going to give this a little mix here. Okay, so 3/4 cup of discard. And then 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar, packed. And I don't think I told you guys this the other day, but I could never find one of those brown sugar, terracotta brown sugar savers at the store, so I'll just order one from Amazon and hopefully this doesn't go dry before then. The recipe also calls for 1/3 cup of regular granulated sugar, and then 1/3 cup of molasses, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 1 egg, and then it also calls for 1/4 cup of yogurt. And then with my blender here, I'm gonna whisk this until it's smooth. That looks pretty smooth to me. And then it says to fold in my dry ingredients, but I'm lazy and I don't want to dirty up another spoon or anything like that. So I think I'm just going to slowly add this in parts with my electric mixer. So I don't know, I guess we'll just do like 1/4 of it. Incorporate that. Another little bit. Alright, so we have all that mixed together, and then I'm just going to pour this into my loaf pan and then bake it for 1 hour, and then I have to tent it with aluminum foil and bake it for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. While that bakes, I'm going to come in here and wrap what little wrapping I have left to do. I just have this box here that I need to wrap. It has David's gift in it. All of these little mini deodorants that I bought for the stockings. I just have 6 of them. I'm also going to wrap these so that when the stockings get here in the morning, I can just throw the little treats and little stuff that I got into the stockings for when we do stockings tomorrow.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've got...
So this is all the wrapping paper I have left. So let me be a cautionary tale as to why you don't wrap the night of Christmas Eve, is because I have it this wrapped okay. It's not my best wrap job that I've ever done, but on the bottom of it here, I had to piece together some pieces because I didn't have one cohesive piece that would go over the whole box. Make sure you have enough wrapping paper if you're going to leave your wrapping until Christmas Eve. And I also have all 6 of these guys wrapped. Nothing special there, just kind of basic. Just kind of get it wrapped. I still have about 40 minutes left on my gingerbread loaf out there. So what I'm going to do, that's really the only thing I'm waiting on to wrap this vlog up. So I'm going to go sit on the couch, edit a little bit, and then I'll check in with you guys when the gingerbread loaf is all ready. This is how the gingerbread turned out. It's all done. I ended up poking a fork in the middle of it to see if it was done, because I don't have any toothpicks here, but the instructions say to let this cool for at least 10 minutes before taking it out of this pan and then just letting it dry on the wire rack by itself. In the meantime, the instructions say to work on the glaze that goes on top of that thing. So we're gonna start off with 1 cup of powdered sugar. Ow! Okay, that's about 1 cup. Jeez. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then the recipe says to start with 1 tablespoon of milk, but you can add up to 2 tablespoons if you want, depending on your desired consistency. So I have 1 tablespoon in there. We'll whisk this up, see what it looks like. I actually think I like that consistency. It's thin enough, I think. So I think we're gonna go with the 1 tablespoon of milk. Let's try to take this out of the pan. This thing has been cooling for about 12 minutes, so I'm wondering if it's ready to come out of the pan. Oh. Awesome! I might regret doing this, but I'm just gonna try to glaze it right on the wire rack here. So we'll pour the glaze over the top. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a very poor decision, you guys. Oh shoot. I definitely need a plate. Okay, let's put this guy on a plate. There. Then I feel a little better about the glaze running over because it won't. It'll still be on the bread, it'll just be at the bottom of it. I'm gonna let the glaze sit on the loaf for just a couple minutes while it's on this plate. And then once the glaze sets up a little bit, I'll take it off, just put it on the wire rack and let it cool completely on the rack here. And that's a final look of what the loaf is looking like. I think it looks really good, so hopefully it will be yummy and delicious tomorrow for dessert. And with that, you guys, Vlogmas is going to come to an end. It's probably, oh my gosh, it's 11:30 at night right now. I'm still sorting through footage from the vlog from yesterday, so that will probably go up about 2 a.m. today. But thank you guys so much for watching today. If anybody out there has watched the rest of my Vlogmases, thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy that I was able to stick to the filming and editing schedule that I was really hoping to stick to. So I've proven a lot to myself the last month that I can stick to a filming schedule, stick to an editing schedule, and get videos uploaded on a regular basis. If you stumble across my channel at some point out of Vlogmas, welcome. I'm glad to have you, and I hope you'll consider sticking around because I think I will do Vlogmas again next year because I did have a lot of fun doing it this year. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone out there has a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and a very, very Happy New Year. I'll probably take a couple weeks off, but I will definitely see you guys in the new year. Bye!